We are going to do the end of the Bloody Hunter Yura quest line and be receiving the Nagakiba, the long katana, and we are also going to be fighting the Bloody Finger Elorona invader boss and be receiving her Poleblade. Without further ado, let's get right into it. In order to get here, you of course are going to have to get about to this point. You need to have about everything here unlocked. Just these three areas and you'll be able to get where you need to be. So first and foremost, in order to get up on the plateau, you need to come right here to the Grand Lift. You don't have to come here first. You can go ahead and get the 2 pieces of the medallion and then come here. Take you over here to the pieces of the medallion real quick. So you're going to have 1/2 of the medallion is going to be right here at Fort Height. And there's a little quest line with Kenneth Height. You got to find him. Then you got to take over his fort. And then from there, you will get a piece of the medallion out of there. Your second piece of the medallion is going to be over here in Kaled. And that second piece is going to be right here in Fort Faroth. There is going to be a bunch of bats in there, and these are poisonous bats. They'll kill you really quick. You do not have to fight them. You can run right through them, jump on the ladder, go up top, boom, it's right there. You're done. Get out of there. Really simple, really easy. Both of these are really easy to obtain. You will have to complete Yura's quest line. I do not have a video out on that. I can do one if you guys would like. Let me know. There's plenty of videos already out there on his quest line. But once you have reached the end of his quest line, this is going to be the end of that. And you will also be fighting Elenoras at the end of his quest line. And you'll be receiving both of their weapons when you defeat her. And we'll go through the other stuff here in just a second. But I just wanted to show you guys how to get here. So once you get the 2 pieces of the medallion, you're going to go to this lift. And you will display the medallion, and it'll bring you up to here. You're just going to keep riding straight. Once you get off the lift, you're going to ride straight. There's a fork in the road here. You're going to come right here. There's going to be a grace. It's the Highway Junction Grace. From there, you're going to come right up to here. There's going to be a map marker to open this up somewhere right in here. It doesn't show you anymore, but it's somewhere right in here. And you can see all these ridges. It's a little hard to get to this church. So this is your best way down where I'm at right here. And I'm going to show you that right here. Just right through here. You're going to come down to this church. This is where everything's going to take place right here. I have not been here yet. We're going to do this together. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't get totally demolished on live, but I think we'll be alright. We'll just have to see what happens. Alright, without further ado, we're going to jump right into it, get this going. Alright, let's see where are... So we got 3 and 5. Hopefully we can change that, because we're going to definitely need it. So I'm going to be using the Rivers of Blood on this, just level 4. And I am going to go ahead and pop a shield on this one. I like to use my blood shield on this one, on really any of them. Alright, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and change these. We're not fighting that boss anymore. So, since we're using a bleed build and we have a lot of dexterity, we're going to be using a couple talismans going to help us out. Number 1 is going to be Shard of Alexander. That's going to be our go-to piece for this. Our next piece, get down here and find it real quick, is going to be the Godfrey icon. Sorry guys, they have so many of these, it's crazy. Gotta get through here and find which one. I think we're gonna go ahead and go with the Dragon Crest on this one for the physical damage. Alright, so there's another one for skills that I can use here, but I think I'm gonna go with the damage. So we got our Shard of Alexander, which is gonna boost our power of our skills. We're using a Bloody Katana, which has some skills on it. And this one here is going to enhance the skills. This is going to enhance our damage. So, we also have our daggers. Those come in handy when you're getting a little room between you and a boss. Those daggers are invaluable. I cannot stress enough. Get your hands on these daggers. Go buy them. They're really inexpensive. There's nothing wrong with getting some space, healing up, throwing some daggers, getting back into business. So, we are going to be running the Banished Knight armor. You can get this at the first castle that you come to, Stormvale, when you defeat Godfrey. Been the best piece of, really the best armor I've been able to find in the game so far. So, wonderful, wonderful set of armor. You got to farm it from a couple nights up there. It doesn't take that long, but it is worth farming. Let me tell you, it is worth it. Alright guys, without further ado, we're getting into this. Let's do it. Alright, so here is the church we're coming up on. This is also going to be the second church of Marika. So you should have already found one by this point. Guys, let's see if there is a race around here. Okay, so we do have the statue, so we will spawn back at that statue if we have an issue. We do only have 3 flasks right now. I have some of them allocated to my FP, so. Alright, let's do this tournament. Alright, so here's Yura. He's on the ground dying. He's been defeated. We are going to talk to him.
Eleonora. It seems I am no match for you, but I've learned a thing or two myself. You see, I've sliced the finger off. Please. Please. Eleonora. Yield to the cesspit no longer. Do not stain the immaculacy of your sword. Your face. Your fire.
So once he dies here, he is going to drop the Nagakiba. As soon as we accept that, we are going to be ready to fight. So we got our flask here. We're getting invaded. Let's go ahead and pick up this item. She does use incantation, so there you go. She is done for. So we got a new crystal tier, purifying crystal tier. And we got the Poleblade of Elenoras. And she is defeated, guys. And there it is. My advice to you would be to stay on her. Don't give her space. If you give her space, as you see, she does use dragon incantations. She will mess you up. I am probably way higher than you will be at this point because I've done a lot of exploration. I've taken a lot of time before I went through the quest line. If you do come here, of course, you're not probably going to have rivers of blood yet. If you do come here, there is plenty more blood weapons you could be using. You should have the Fang by now. Bloodhound's Fang will work great here. A flail will work great here. A mace. Anything with blood on it if you're going for a blood build. If you're going for sorcery build, I would not fight her with a sorcery build. It's probably going to mean death for you. I would definitely wait until you're further in the game if you're running a sorcery build. Definitely I would go with some bleed build for her so that you're able to really mess her up. If not, use a long sword or a spear, something like that. You should be able to really, keep your distance from her. So you definitely you kind of want to know when to close the distance and when to keep it. So without further ado, guys, we're gonna get off here. We now have the Nagakiba. Let's check that out. Should be. There we go, right there. Nagakiba. Let's check it out. As you guys can see, the Nagakiba is nice and long. Love this sword. Glad to have finally gotten my hands on it. Definitely one of the best swords in the game.